guys, it's Brooke here, and it is the afternoon. Actually, it's more than the afternoon, it's evening, it's after work. So I'm starting on my first real project for 2022. But let me show you what I did finish at lunchtime. I finished weeding the rest of the front bed, so let me show you how nice it looks. Ta-da, guys, look how pretty. It looks so nice and fresh. I just gotta get some new mulch. Okay guys, so the next thing that I'm working on for today are my driveway barriers. Those of you guys who've been following me for a long time know that I have an issue with trespassers, and so these are going to be the new barriers. And I already, and I guess you would say part one of this video, I put these on wheels and I put the holes in them, and so now I'm going to show you how I'm going to fill them out. This project, this is what I'm going to be using. I've got some Pro Mix compressed packs of bags. I've got Coast of Maine lobster compost. I've got some coffee grounds from Starbucks. I've got blood meal, and I've got like a compost maker. And you know, it occurred to me, I don't know if I have enough bags of soil, so I will do one tonight and see if I have enough soil. If not, I'll have to grab some tonight. But this is how I'm going to fill it. I'm actually going to use, see that yonder pile of wood chips over there? That is how I'm going to fill the bottom of this. So I think I'm going to try to fill it to maybe like the first rib, maybe. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to kind of compost the bottom of it. That's why I have the coffee grounds and everything to provide some layers. I may grab some leaves out of the yard. So, oops, that didn't go well. So I'm just going to roll this bad boy to the back, grab my shovel, and away we go. Okay, guys, so I filled it with chips. I layered with the chips for compost are considered brown. The coffee grounds are actually green. I'm going to put some of this compost maker stuff in here. Interestingly enough, when I was getting this out of the wood chip pile, I could tell in the center the wood chips are already breaking down, which means I really need to get a move on them, putting them where I want them to go. So I'm going to sprinkle the compost maker in here. The thing is, I know during the decomposition process, it starts pulling nitrogen, and I don't want it necessarily leaching it from the soil. So I'm going to put some of this right here. And then I'm going to put some leaves on it. And I'm going to get my leaves from right there. And then for the top layer, I'm going to put some blood meal, which is all nitrogen. So hopefully that'll provide it enough nitrogen so it won't have to get it from the soil that I'm going to put in here. So I think it's about a cup. So it's fairly easy to push even though I'm filling it up. But yeah, let me grab the leaves from over there. Okay guys, so I got the leaves in there. I put some blood meal and some more compost maker. And so now I'm just gonna wet all this down. Oops, I think I turned the hose off instead of on. Hang on. Okay guys, so I definitely do not have enough soil to do both containers tonight. That one I just took 4 bags. I only have 5, so I'm gonna go to Walmart tonight and get 4 more bags, because the thing is, with spring starting, people are using this for raised bed mix and that sort of thing, and I don't want to get shut out, so I'm going to do that tonight. But let me show you what I'm going to be putting in this, because that's what y'all really came for. It's okay, I know it. This is the planter. Now typically when you do planters, you do the whole thriller, spiller, filler thing. This planter, I'm probably only going to be able to deck this out this year. The main attraction in this one is the little lime hydrangea. This is hardy between zones 3 to 8. It gets about 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. Because this is a really big reservoir, it's 2 feet long, 2 feet wide, and 4 feet deep. It's probably going to get about 5 feet, and especially because when something's in a container, I do fertilize it a lot more regularly than something that's in the ground. So I imagine by the end of this year, it's going to be mostly taking over this container. Next year, I probably won't be able to get away with this, but we'll see how well this works. I don't know, maybe next year I can just do sweet potato vine, and that will kind of be it. But for this year, I'm just packing out the container. We'll see how well this does. I have a feeling I'm going to have a mess on my hand. So like I said, that's the main attraction. So then as one of the, I guess, another thriller potentially is this right here. It's called Crazytunia Black and White. This right here is a better example of it. This is by West Flowers. So this petunia obviously loves full sun. It gets 12 inches tall by 12 inches wide, so fairly compact. The reason they call them Crazytunias is because West Flowers basically invited its breeders to make crazy color combinations. And so basically I put it all the way around the hydrangea. I guess you could say a filler, or some people may consider you may still consider this to be a thriller. I'm using it as a filler. This is Verbena. It's called Quartz Silver. It's looking kind of rough right now. It was a flat, so it was like $14.95 or something. And I bought it right before it got cold, and it was in the house, and watering things in a house, that's why I don't like growing plants in a house. Much easier when you have it in a cold frame, because when I water everything, I just turn the hose on and everything gets watered. Whereas inside, I got to water everything by hand, and of course, I'm always getting interrupted. So I think this was a casualty. I did cut it back, so it doesn't look as bad. Some of the ones that are over here look a little worse. I'm going to have to do a little bit more pruning and cleaning, but I think it'll recover. And for all I know, some of the damage on the inside could have been just because it was so tightly packed and it was just too close together, because that can also happen. And then for the filler element, I am using Dusty Miller. Dusty Miller is full sun to part sun. It too gets 12 inches to 12 inches tall by wide. At the end of the day, I kind of almost want it to look like a bouquet, where you've got the petunia, and then you've got like the verbena, and like the Dusty Miller's the filler. And then last but not least, I have a spiller, and my spiller is, and this one is the Proven Winner Accent Sweet Caroline Sweetheart Jet Black. So this is a sweet potato vine. They have other purple sweet potato vines, but the ones that even the independent garden centers are selling is the one that almost looks more like, I guess you would say, like an oak leaf. I wanted something a little bit more rounded, and this year the only people who had it was Proven Winners. I'm not necessarily a Proven Winner fan. I'll be quite honest. I just spending that kind of money for an annual just bothers me. I mean, if I have something, something unusual like the the Crazytunia, I'll do that. But the Dusty Miller, the Verbena, all of those were just flats, just cheap flats. So as you can see, I've kind of alternated the sweet potato vine, then the Dusty Miller, the petunia, the Verbena, and all the way around the thing. I'm going to plant, and I did put some in the center. So I'm just going to plant this in, and we're going to see what happens. I've mixed some compost in here, and I'll give it a good watering. But at the end of the day, I think that, don't get me wrong, I know the hydrangea is going to get bigger, but I think the annuals will fill in before the hydrangea kind of fills in this year. So we will see what happens. Like I said, I think this is going to be the only year I'm going to be able to do a planter. So I'm going to put this on time-elapse, and I'm going to hop right to it. Okay guys, so here's the container. Now listen, I know fully well that right now it doesn't look like much. I mean, I sprayed the heck out of it to get the reservoir wet and everything is kind of flopping, but use your imagination. I think this color Verbena with this color petunia, let me see if I can get these two together. With this color petunia, with the white of the Dusty Miller and this deep purple, I think that once it matures, it's gonna look absolutely wonderful. So I'll take a picture of it in the next couple days because I think it's gonna perk back up, and I got this mud everywhere. But yeah, once it perks up, it's gonna look fine. I think it's gonna fill in nicely and we'll be good to go. So I will keep you guys abreast of the progress. I did move it. It's really heavy now. So I mean, I can still move it because the wheels on it can take 1,000 pounds, but still it's not like, but you know what, I don't want people trying to move it because it'll be too much. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. I will do the next planter on a different day. There's the pooch. I have more, the same type of plants to go in there, and I'll keep you guys posted on how this progresses over the summer. Bumpy, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Bumpy. Hey, bye, guys. Okay, everybody, it is May 29th, and here is the flower planter barrier thing. I'm kind of tired, guys, so the words are not coming easily. So as you can see, the purple sweet potato vine is starting to spill over. Everything is coming up and bouncing back. The Verbena are flushing out again. The Dusty Miller is getting taller. The petunia is getting bigger. Everything is just much more full. You can't see the dirt now. The petunia, Verbena, and Dusty Miller will get a little bit taller, but I don't estimate much. I'm just waiting for the Hydrangea to put on a little bit more growth and start budding. So this is this one over here, and it is looking equally lush. So every few days I just come over and I pop off the spent heads on the petunias. Contrary to what proven winners would have you believe, it's really not that big a deal to clean them. I mean, listen, I'm doing it right here. It's just one of those things. It's actually kind of nice and relaxing, It's one of those mindless things you can do. So I'm really happy with how the planters turned out. Probably in another few weeks, I'll give them a dose of fertilizer just to make sure they keep doing their thing. The thing with the one downside to having a large container is that when you water it, any nutrients does flush out a lot more quickly. So anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I will keep you guys posted on Instagram in terms of how everything is turning out. But overall, I am very pleased with how everything turned out. I know that some of the people, like contractors who've turned in my driveway, have been actually, it stopped them from even making a turn because they saw the barrier. So they appeared to be doing their job, and they are looking pretty well doing so. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment. So I'll see you guys later.